All right, today is bumper day, so I'm gonna tackle these bumpers. Like I was saying before, the front and back bumper, the two-tone is integrated into the bumper. So generally, if you could buy a new bumper from Honda, we would only just have to paint the gloss part. This car is 30 plus years old, can't buy these parts anymore, so obviously I don't know if you can see that there, but like it's just road rash. You can actually see where the license plate was. It's nice and clean there, and this is just all just pitted, and even the two-tone is like that, the texture here too. So we're gonna basically refinish the whole thing. So we'll have to do the bumper in 2 stages. Obviously we can't paint flat and gloss at the same time, so we'll have to take you through on how I do that. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to measure, just for reference, and write it down where this line is, just, you know, to make it easier. We could probably eyeball it and it would be good, but I'm just going to measure it, make life easier, and just kind of take pictures, take a note, just how it cuts across there. And yeah, we're gonna refinish it. First thing I'll do, I'll measure that, and then I gotta finish trimming out the grill here. I just kind of rough cut it out for the intercooler, and I'll do that first before I get stripping this bumper down. All right, so I got it all buzzed down. I sanded the whole bumper with 180. Using the hard pad, just to feather out a lot of the big stone chips, and sand the two-tone line out, because we're gonna put a fresh one on there. One thing that I like to do, that's because we're gonna be taping in here, just make sure it's really good sanded, this inner edge in here. That way when we tape it up, we're not gonna have an issue there. So yeah, this bumper, I gotta sand it a little bit more. Some of these chips are pretty big, pretty deep, so I might end up just putting a little bit of plastic putty in there. Like ideally, you're not gonna use Bondo or body filler you're gonna use a plastic repair, because bumpers flex. So when we go to prime this, like we could easily fill this with spray filler, but you can't use spray filler on the plastic. All right, got the back bumper all sanded up. I addressed those couple little spots there. It's all sanded with 400. I wasn't sure what I was gonna do with this, so I actually was surprised. I sanded it with 400 on those spots that were kind of just burnt through there, and it actually feathered out. I was surprised. Somewhat feathered out, so we're gonna prime it and see what happens. So luckily this thing's only got to be installed once, else we might, because it flexes, you know, the paint would probably crack, but luckily once it's on there, we shouldn't have to touch it again. So we're gonna prime it and see how it looks. All right, so I got the bumpers all primed up. Looking better already. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna sand these bumpers with 400 with the DA, and just basically sand them all smooth and sand out all the imperfections from where we fixed. That'll just sand all right out smooth, and then these bumpers are ready. All right, finished wiping her down. I threw the bumpers back on it just to double check the fitment one last time. Everything's fitting good. It actually doesn't look too bad actually in the primer. So one thing I did notice, which is a good thing I test fit, that on the front bumper I actually got to trim it out a little bit more. I guess when I went to double check underneath to make sure the bolts lined up, I've got to take another, you know, 1/4 inch maybe out of this bumper. So it's good to catch it now. All right, I just finished trimming her out and just test fitting her again. It fits pretty good. I just got one little spot. I'm just gonna trim it out just a bit more. I'm just gonna mark it. And other than that, it fits good. I'm happy. All of the bolts. All right, so I'm just mixing up the flat single stage to do the bumpers. The stuff I'm going to be using is this SPI matte black urethane single stage. You can get different shine levels depending on how you mix it, anywhere from semi-satin, satin, or a dead gloss. So I'm going to go with totally flat. So that's going to be 8-to-1 I'm going to be mixing this at. So basically this stuff, I'm just going to put probably just 2 coats on it and leave it till tomorrow, and we'll do the gloss. And once I spray this, I'm going to finish clearing the rest of the parts, and I think that'll be that for today. Alright, so I just finished painting the flat on the front, back bumpers. You know, there's a little mold in here. Keep in mind, this stuff, when you spray it on, it's gloss. It doesn't go flat until it's completely cured, so most likely after a paint cycle, you can actually see it kind of starting to die back now. I actually just painted the whole entire bumper. It's just easier. So then come tomorrow, all I gotta do is tape up the molding in the lower section, and basically just paint the gloss. So I know it looks probably glossy in the video, but it will dry completely flat. It'll take some. Alright, so back at her here the next day. Everything's all dried up, went nice and flat. So what I'm going to do now is mask up the two-tone, and I'm going to put the marks back where I measured it before. So basically we're going to sand it smooth here, which shouldn't take much because this is already a good finished top coat over. So I'm going to get that going, get it masked up, get it sanded down, and we can get some color on it. Okay, I got it all final wiped, tacked down. I didn't film that because you guys have already seen me do it. Basically, front bumper is ready to go. Literally ready to put some color on it. So I'm going to set the camera up and get to her. Finished up the bumpers.